I'm on Belleville, coming up to the golf course, Hendricks Field. That's part of Hendricks Field right there.
The delays on the Gowanus go all the way back to the Verrazano Bridge. It is packed up into the Brooklyn Battery and even up to Atlantic Avenue. We're also pretty packed on the eastbound BQE, trying to get up to the Boulevard. We have an accident up there. The delays start back at the LIE. Right now, the Whitestone Expressway is the worst way to the Bronx-bound Whitestone Bridge, St. Francis Lewis Boulevard instead. And as we check what we see on Long Island's Big 3, the westbound LIE now has delays from Shelter Rock Road, Zerrytown Road, actually, out to the Cross Island Parkway. The westbound Northern State is delayed from Shelter Rock Road to the Queens Line, and the Southern State is in excellent condition. Traffic transit every 10 minutes around the clock. I'm Garen Stewart, 1010 Winds on 92.3.
Governor Hochul at Grand Central Station this morning announced a new multi-billion-dollar investment into the city's subways. Hochul says the state will pour $68 billion into the system over the next 5 years, not just for capital improvements, but to make subways safer.
Mark my words, I will do everything in my power to ensure that the people of the city and the state are safe, and I'll put the investments where they need to go. I'll make the changes in the law where necessary, because we won't stop until every single person has what they deserve, the right to be safe in their homes and their communities and on our subways.
The plan is expected to include 1,500 new subway cars, 500 buses, and work on a new interborough express subway line between Brooklyn and Queens. But Hochul also says the investments will go toward increased law enforcement presence, more protective barriers and more lighting, and expanding outreach services to get people with serious mental illness into compassionate care. The hunt is on for the suspect in a sexual assault on the number 1 train. Police say a 27-year-old man was on board an Uptown train early last Saturday morning when a man came up, made sexual remarks, then forced him to perform a lewd act before making a run for it through the Christopher Street station. You can see a photo of the suspect at 1010winds.com if you know who he is or where he might be. URS Call Crime Stoppers 800-577-TIPS. It looks like Monday's travel nightmare at Newark Airport weren't the only delays at the airport this week.
So it's not just a shortage of air traffic controllers creating some issues in Newark. 1 of 3 runways are now down for repair. So for Charles Evans, his 90-minute flight back home to Jersey from Greensboro turned into an all-day ordeal where they had constant updates from the pilot.
We left late, and then all of a sudden we started circling. It's like, listen, if we have to keep circling, we're going to run out of gas. We're going to have to stop somewhere and get gas. Then he came out and he said, all right, we got cleared to land in Newark. We started heading towards Newark, and then he got called out from Newark again. And he's like, all right, we don't have enough gas or enough fuel to do this, so we're going to downtown.
But after that hour of circling around Newark and getting off the plane in Pennsylvania, he finally made it back home last night. Now, as for the runway repairs, it's a lighting and paving project. The Port Authority says hopefully it'll be done by mid-June. Glenn Shuck, 1010 Winds, 92.3 FM.
You see green projects over there.
His budget proposal until next hour, but word is it will include plans to establish free after-school programs, $3.4 billion to support an NYPD workforce of about 34,000 officers, plus funding for city libraries, CUNY, and sanitation programs. The mayor is expected to provide details on all of this and more starting at noon at his alma mater, Bayside High School in Queens. He's already calling it, quote, the best budget ever. Turns out a cardinal from our area is believed to be on the short list to be the next head of the Catholic Church. Our Marla Diamond is getting reaction from folks and joins us now live. Marla.
And we are at the Cathedral Basilica in Newark, Linda, where we've been talking to people who are visiting today about the possibility of Cardinal Joseph Tobin of the Newark Archdiocese being the next pope. He has been on the short list of some of the Catholic journalists' lists for consideration for the Pope. Now, he is in Rome, and he is one of 10 American cardinals that will be voting for the next Pope. He's known for his progressive views. He's been a voice for more inclusion of LGBTQ plus Catholics and a critic of President Trump's immigration policies. We spoke to this gentleman from Bergen County who said that if he's anything like Francis, it's a good thing.